So what you were just listening to were the sultry sounds of Michael Emmert, and he's a graduate student at William Patterson's Jazz Studies program. Welcome.
Thank you for having me, Al.
Let's start off at the beginning. What got you involved in the saxophone? When did you start playing?
I actually started playing when I entered the 6th grade in my middle school at the age of 11, and I was sort of following in my sister's footsteps, who was a couple of years older than me, and she played flute.
Right, right. You're here at William Patterson as a graduate student. What drew you to the university?
Well, part of it was mainly the location. William Patterson is only about 30 minutes outside of New York City.
Of course.
And as a jazz musician, that's essentially just Mecca where an entirety of a culmination of the greatest jazz musicians in the world meet and play on a regular basis.
And your favorite jazz musician at this point? I know it's an unfair question.
Well, alive or...
Saxophone, alive or dead?
Oh, okay, John Coltrane.
Oh, nice.
That's very easy.
You're a trained fan. Very good, very good. So you get here, you're involved in this program. Are there any particular faculty members that really influenced you?
Yes. Again, part of the reason why I came here were because of the great faculty members that actually reside and teach here. The person I study saxophone with now, his name is Rich Perry, and he's constantly playing in New York with an abundance of top ticket names. Right. And another person who's unfortunately just passed away recently was Mr. Mulgrew Miller,
right.
who's probably one of the greatest jazz pianists to ever
Right, he
lived.
played with everyone. Did he play with Dizzy? And he played big time.
Yeah, Woody Shaw, everyone, and
And what kind of influence did he have on the program? Was he the program?
Really, he represented the classic form of jazz education, which is he was always playing with the student, kind of leading by example, giving little bits of wisdom so that the students could actually grow from that, as opposed to having to force feed them every little bit that they should be doing.
Nice. And as we start to wrap up, you get your graduate degree, and where do you go?
I'm actually going to be heading back down to Florida for a little bit of time so that I can save up money, hold a job for a little while, so that I can eventually move back up to New York City and live there for a little while and see if I can make it once I have a little bit of money saved up and paid off some bills.
Nice.
It's a little harder to do in New York and a little expensive.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've been talking with Mr. Michael Emmert. He's a graduate student at the William Patterson Jazz Studies program. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.